Welcome to Bond for the Trades, a home service podcast, and I'm your host, Mandeep. Today, we have amazing guest on our show, Brad. Joining us today is Brad, the co-founder and chief marketing officer of ZyraTalk. ZyraTalk has been leading the AI and automation space for home service businesses for a decade, specializing in automating voice conversations to help businesses capture missed calls and turn them into booked jobs. Under Brad's marketing leadership, ZyraTalk is onboarding over 50 new clients weekly. In addition to their AI voice solution, they offer an AI chat product used by thousands of businesses to enhance their customer engagement directly on their websites. Welcome to our show, Brad.
Appreciate that intro, Mandeep, and excited to be on and have a great conversation with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. And it was nice seeing you, I think, in person for the first time at the last event.
Yeah, yeah, in Orlando, right after all the hurricanes. It was thankfully good timing. We got there when things had settled down a little bit, but yeah, it was great to meet in person and have a successful Service World Expo event as well.
Yes, absolutely. I know it was like my schedule was busy. I really wanted to, check out the voice demo, but definitely we are doing it like very soon for our clients. And before we jump into a lot of things, it will be great because a lot of home service industry owners, office managers, they listen to our podcast. It will be great if you can introduce yourself. What do you do? What's your story?
Yeah.
And why are you into home service industry? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been in the home service space for about 10 years now, specifically doing AI and automation for the trades. And we're very well known for our chat product, which we've had for quite a while, like I said, about 10 years. And we've always wanted to get into the voice conversations and automate those as well. And it's funny, 7 years ago, we tried building something. We were using IBM Watson's NLP and an extremely robotic voice.
Yeah.
And we built something that you could talk to and would respond to you, but just the complexity of the conversations, it was not there. It did not sound human like. And we were like, okay, let's just continue to run with the chat product. And when voice is ready, we'll be ready as well. So, fast forward about 2 years ago, we started building the AI voice product, essentially an AI answering service. And we're handling tens of thousands of calls per week at this point. Like you said, we're onboarding around 50, sometimes more, 50 customers per week and
Yes.
staying extremely busy. So the demand is there. Customers love it. The product works really well. And we're growing a lot through word of mouth, a lot through partnerships as well. So excited to be here and have a great conversation about AI voice because when some people hear AI, they get a
Yeah.
little scared. They think it's going to replace a bunch of people, but I'm sure we'll talk about a lot of these topics.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think thanks for sharing. Yeah, I think a lot of people are scared of AI. I think we just they need to look at it we have to be early adopters, right? And need to look at who is really doing the AI and who is doing BS AI because there's so many AI solutions available. And I know you just mentioned about some numbers about the missed calls. Like, what do you guys like? I'm interested in seeing do you guys have data on how many people, how many phone calls these businesses are missing prior to using ZyraTalk?
Yeah, yeah, that's a great question. So
Yeah.
we have data from you, from some of our other marketing agency partners, and
Mhm.
what we see, businesses miss anywhere from 15% to 35% of their phone calls, which is a big range, but it's a huge problem. When some businesses are
Yeah.
getting hundreds of calls a day, upwards of over 1,000 calls a day, they're just missing a ton of phone calls. And we talk to business owners all the time. They're like, they realize they're missing the phone, and most people don't like an answering service. They'll
Mhm.
use them because they know it'll get a great return on their spend. But we're solving the problem of they use our AI answering for overflow calls if they're not answering in time, for after hours, and for the weekends. And we help get that percentage as close to 0% as possible and turn those potential missed calls into book jobs and revenue that really moves the needle.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I think a lot of opportunities are always there sitting on the table that, home service industry is missing, and that's where the opportunity is right there to tap into, and where AI plays a big role. Obviously, like, there are other solutions, which is traditional, pick up your phone and, call those missed opportunities. If this can be like, implemented with AI to become more, efficient, why not, right? So
For sure.
that's amazing what you guys doing. And what marketing tactics do you swear by that like make all the difference in retaining new clients?
Yeah, for us, well, retaining our customers because we get all of this demand and we close at a very high rate when people do a demo with us. Retaining them as customers, it comes back to our customer success. So there's other people in the space, but I don't know if they have a team as big as ours. And this is a product that requires quite a bit of customer success and support, especially in the first 15 to 30 days, because every time we onboard a client, the build is a little bit different. So we do that for them. We take care of everything. There's no self onboarding. Uh,
Mhm.
that just does not work. So we do
Right.
everything for our customers. And in the first 15 to 30 days, not every conversation is completely perfect. Even after that, it's not completely perfect, but it's very good. And we have an ongoing process where if someone doesn't like exactly how a call went, they can submit it for training. We train the AI after that. So yeah, that has helped a ton with retention of our customers. We don't have a lot of cancels, which is great. Once
Yeah,
they start using us and once we're really integrated into their system, it works really well and they see an immediate impact. So that
that's
that
that's amazing. Do you guys have like integration with any CRM tool like Service Titan and House Call Pro?
yeah. Yeah, we are actually getting to the point where we can book a job and if they're using something like Dispatch Pro,
Mm-hmm.
it can with zero human intervention, it can be assigned to a technician like ready to go without a human even touching it. So, what we're doing that's really cool is we can interact with schedules or capacity planning and even offer scheduling on a call. The AI can interact and say, hey, by the way, our next available appointment is between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock this afternoon. Does that work for you?
Mm-hmm.
So, there are ways that we can book with zero human intervention. There's some people who like just getting an email or a text message, or maybe it goes onto the bookings tab of Service Titan. We can do that as well. And they take a little bit of human intervention, call the customer back. So there's a lot of different ways to set this up. And we've done it in a ton of different ways for our customers.
That's amazing. And yesterday I got a call. And nowadays, like, we all are getting AI calls, right? And but yeah, that was like totally different, and I could like, easily figure out that's like AI. So whenever you get a call like, from AI, it takes at least 5 to 7 seconds. There is a silence there, right? 5 to 7 seconds, and then AI voice like starts, and I try to ask different out of the box question, and but they have like, different answers. So
Yeah.
I think I listened to your call on your website. It was really good. Like there is like some background noise, like, call center thing,
There
and
can be if they want.
right. There is an option to keep it or remove it.
Yeah. Yeah. Either way. And
Yeah.
then what I wanted to say is you mentioned like the 5 to 7 second delay in between responses. It's called the latency. Um, that's actually what it was initially for us, and we had a typing noise. This was many months ago, about a year ago. We had a typing noise in between responses because it didn't feel supernatural. The pause was too long. And then uh we oversolved for the latency issue. And then the AI was interrupting because it was responding too quickly. So we can have however long of a delay they want. That's all customizable. But the conversations feel and sound extremely natural. So we've solved for the latency problem.
That's amazing. Yeah, proud of you guys.
I want to give a special shout out to Rilla, the sales coaching AI software that holds the technicians accountable and gives them the support and guidance they need to maximize all the opportunities you spend your hard-earned money on. Our friends at Elite Call, the outbounding specialists, a service that brings wasted leads and brings them back to life to create more opportunity and keep the dispatch board full, integrate them right there into Service Titan for you.
I want to give special shout out to Grow Reviews, one of our sponsors, America's first platform to capture instant text and video reviews. If a picture is 1,000 words, a video is worth a million. Book a demo with Grow Reviews by visiting website www.growreviews.com, and you can get in touch with their sales reps to book a demo. And I talk to a lot of hundreds of contractors, and the one thing that they always say is AI replacing full CSR teams? Is that true?
That is not true.
Okay.
So that is a misconception. We'll even talk to our customers or prospects, and they're like, I don't really want to get rid of all of my CSRs, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, look, that's not even the problem that we're solving. Going back to the percentage of calls these people are missing, 15 to 35%, that's the number one problem we're solving. So the use cases people use us for are the overflow if they're missing calls or not getting to them in time, after hours, and the weekends. We are not replacing a ton of CSRs. That's not our goal as a company. Uh, we're helping them, to be honest. And we've even had customers tell us, hey, the AI does such a good job. I've actually transitioned some of my CSRs to do more outbounding because they have more time now. Or even
Yeah.
some people can do more dispatching. And it's interesting to see these different revenue opportunities unlock, like the outbound calls and things like that. So, yeah, we're not replacing a bunch of people. And again, that's not our goal. We don't want to be that type of person in the industry.
Yeah, I think it's all about like perspective, looking at like getting more efficient and like you said, like focusing on dispatching, scheduling, a lot of stuff like CSRs can, focus on that. So that's great. So Brad, like what's the process for onboarding an account at ZyraTalk?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great question because
Thank you.
when when an account is closed and for any software company, if they're listening, a deal can fall apart in onboarding. We have a
Yes.
smooth process now where we do our first onboarding call. We have a checklist on our end that we're going through. Most of the time, it's pretty filled out, but it's a very conversational onboarding call where we're asking questions about the company. Hey, what's your dispatch fee? Do you have an emergency dispatch fee? Do you want notifications to be sent to technicians after hours? These are the types of questions and conversations that we're having. And once that conversation happens, we build the AI for the company, and that takes about a day or two. And then we do testing on our end. Typically, the client does testing on their end. Once they're happy, we do a go live call,
Okay.
essentially setting up call forwarding within their VoIP system, like a dial pad or a Ring Central. Again,
Mhm.
we take care of all of that. The customer doesn't need to worry about and learn how to do all of that. And yeah, they can be live within 3 to 5 business days usually.
3 to 5 business days. And how much time do you think that, takes place for these onboarding? Like 60 minutes, 120, like
Total about an hour or so
an hour or so?
for the client, like being on calls, but the heavy lifting is done by us, and that's multiple man hours. But again, uh, that's what you pay for.
Yep, that's great. And I get it, like, nothing is perfect, right? But you guys like, keep improving your AI product. Is every conversation perfect? Like, what are the challenges that some clients face? Let's talk
Yeah,
about that.
that's a good question. And to be honest, I will be the first one to say, not every single conversation is perfect. We're getting there. We're about 95% of conversations are really good, even higher, to be honest, especially if a client's been live for 30 days or longer. Um, but yeah, there are some clients where maybe they're in a different geo or they have an older customer base where the customer talks slow and the AI can interrupt. It happens occasionally for some people a little bit more than usual.
Yeah.
But when that does happen, we've even changed the way conversation flows, and we're more more transparent in the beginning of the conversation, saying, "Hey, I'm an AI assistant,
Mm,
talk quickly," basically guiding them on how to interact with the AI. Most people don't need that, but there are a small percentage of clients who have a customer base that do need that. There's solutions to all of this. We just need
yeah.
to figure it out, work with our clients, and get there.
Great, great. Yeah, I think thanks for answering those. There are challenges, but yeah, you get the feedback on a timely basis, and you give it to your team and implement it. That's the way to do it. So proud of you guys. And this is what, like, we talked about it, that you guys are onboarding on average 50 clients per week. How are you retaining so many new clients, and how do you manage it? 50 clients seems like what? It's a lot. Yeah.
It is a lot. Yeah. And like I said, our support team is growing and it continues to grow. And when we onboard a client, it's not just set it and forget it. There
Mm,
is hand holding along the process. There's that ongoing training, like I talked about. We do monthly check-in calls as well with our clients. So there's a process to keep them happy, make sure the product is working well. And after that 30 days, things are running pretty smoothly. So instead of doing a monthly check-in call, maybe we'll do a bi-monthly or quarterly check-in call. So it's up to the customer, whatever they want. But if you read our online reviews, like we have
mm.
hundreds of very happy five-star customers. So
Yeah, I read those. That's really great. Congratulations on those, like, reviews and happy customers. Thanks for sharing.
appreciate that. Yeah, I was gonna say our goal is to make our customers not just like us, but actually love us, talk about us in these social forums. Pretty much every single day, there's these Facebook groups, and our customers talk about us every
Mm,
day,
every
which
day.
is which is crazy to think, and it's all positive stuff, which is really cool to see.
That's amazing. Is there any Facebook group or community where, like, people can join and to get some, like, answers, and yeah, is there any group?
We we have our own. It's very small at this point. It's like 25 people. I think it's called it's like AI for the trades,
Okay.
ZyraTalk. I'd have to send you a link and maybe add it to the show notes if you want. But
Yes.
there's other ones, like there's the House Call Pro groups, there's the Service Titan groups, there's Tommy Mello's Home Service Freedom group.
Yes.
There's a bunch of them, and I'm a part of a lot of these, and I see pretty much every day people talk about us or recommend us if someone asks for an answering service, and it's really cool to see. I chime in sometimes, but I think it's more valuable for our customers to talk about us rather than me just, hey, we're the best. Like
Yeah.
it's so much different when it comes from customers.
Exactly. And I think that's what we believe in. We travel across the country. There are, a couple of solutions where, we go out and do media day on our dime. And like, we do high-end video production, photo shoot, flying drones a lot. But at the end of the day, we get video testimonial. And this is like coming straight from their heart. No script, nothing at all, whatever they have experience with Grow Nearby, like, marketing initiatives, marketing campaigns that we have been running, and it comes from their heart. And I think this is what we share.
Yeah.
Nothing to just brag about, like, hey, we got
Hey,
these.
you have your customers brag about you. I've followed you guys for a long time, and I've seen you guys doing these media days with people, and I've watched the testimonials, and we have shared clients as well, and I've heard people talk really well about Grow Nearby. So, uh, if my
Thank you.
audience is watching this or the ZyraTalk audience, check out Grow Nearby if you're ever looking for an agency. They're legit. There's a handful of agencies that I'm confident in saying that with, and Grow Nearby is definitely one of them.
Appreciate it. This means the world to us.
Sure.
This is great. Like, you have amazing company. Your core values are great, and we believe in the same. Like, honesty, transparency, and data.
Yeah.
I'm big on data. What's working, what's not working, and what next. Digital marketing every single day. So many updates coming, and same in the tech world, right? You might
Oh my gosh.
have so many updates coming, and it's not easy to build a product or tech company, because we have launched our second product. It's called Grow Reviews, to capture instant text and video reviews when the technician is out. And It was fun, but yeah, 2 years. It took 2 years
Oh,
to build.
wow. Takes a long time and constant iterations and getting customer feedback to continue building. Like, hats off to you guys for building that product.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll definitely share more details with you.
Please do.
And Brad, I would say last question, and I will say I'll ask you any exciting updates coming in the future, like for your
Yes.
product. Okay.
Yes. So you just talked about data, and data is something near and dear to our hearts. It's so important for these companies. And we can show data right now. Hey, here's how many calls you got. We actually parse out data so we can know what type of call it was as well. So that's cool. But what's most important to these companies is attributing revenue to these calls. And we're doing that here very soon, where for every AI phone call that happens, we can match it back into their CRM and see, okay, this is how much revenue it generated. So they can get their bill with us and we're able to show, hey, you made $100,000 this month from
Hmm.
calls that you were probably going to miss. And we've seen data like that with our larger customers. And that's when it gets extremely powerful because you can't argue the data,
Yeah.
especially booked jobs from AI, and we've compared it to actual answering services, and it's significantly better. So excited to prove that out. We've got different ways that we are structuring our AI conversations to
Hmm.
minimize any errors that may happen on calls. That's more technical and not super exciting about to
Yeah,
talk about,
I
but
know.
I'm excited about it. But our customers will benefit greatly from that. So a lot of cool things coming in the future. AI is constantly changing and evolving, and we're definitely on the forefront of that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I would say, like, overall, you started your journey with AI chatbot that, we're proud to be partnered with you. And I think that AI chatbot is on each and every website, I think 90%. So we are very, very happy with that. And a lot of leads coming in, especially in the nighttime and over the weekend. That's the data I look at it. And, our home service industry clients receive leads when they are sleeping. And I think that's the best part of where AI chatbot is, communicating with the homeowner, whoever is looking for the service. So that's great. And then you built this amazing voice product, AI voice product, which is helping home service industry and you constantly changing, evolving, and
Yeah.
providing, customer support. That's the biggest thing in the industry where you have to have, like, hand holding experience. You have to give best customer service. If you know Gary Vee, right? Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure. I'm sure.
Yep.
I'm big fan of him.
He's awesome.
He's there on my wall, and he says one of his quotes, he says that whoever is going to stay close to the customer is going to win, right?
Oh,
And
my,
yeah, right. That's that's
100%.
that's true, right? If you are just like building product and you're done with that, no updates, you just sold it to someone and there is no update, there is no feedback that you're taking, and
Yeah,
then it doesn't make any sense to provide that value, but you guys are staying on top of everything. So I
for sure.
appreciate
Yeah.
our
I'll
relationship. Yeah,
I'll
go ahead.
say one, appreciate that, Mandeep. I'll
Yeah.
say one thing on that as well, because we've always just been month to month and we weren't huge on these long-term contracts, but our customers started coming to us and they're like, hey, we're budgeting for next year. Do you guys do contracts so that we can get some sort of discount? Like, we know we're going to use you guys for the next year
Yeah.
and we'd like to benefit from something. And we're like, sure, if you want to do a year contract, we now have our own formula based on what their usage was, their subscription, and we can make sure they get a discount, have any usage minutes roll over. And um, it's been really cool to see, actually. The customers who are super happy are asking for contracts, and now we've put it part of our process, like, hey, you can stay month to month, but if you do want a contract and benefit from a
Hmm.
little bit of a discount, you can do that as well. So,
Yeah.
and it's because we are talking to our customers every single day, like dozens every single day.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I think looking at data and everything usage, it makes sense where home service industry, if they can save some dollars out there, since yeah, I think it's the right time because everyone is planning
Yeah.
budgeting for next year. And if someone is reaching out, and I think for all the audience, those who are listening, please make sure that you look at the annual contract as well. But feel free to go with like, months to month as well.
Yeah.
This is something they offer, and I think Brad is offering like all like free demos anytime. You can
Oh,
go to
for
the
sure.
website. Do you want to share like how can someone reach out to you to book a
Yeah.
demo?
Yeah, go to ZyraTalk.com. There's the request a demo on the top part. If you put your email in there, someone from our sales team will respond to you usually within minutes. Or you can
Nice.
reach out to me, Brad at ZyraTalk.com, and I'm happy to have a conversation as well. Um, so yeah, that's the best way.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I just want to thank all the audience, those who are following our podcast. Thank you for sharing the love, support. And I want to thank our podcast sponsors. Number one, Rilla, and everyone knows Rilla. They're crushing it with like, right along, using their app.
Yeah,
And Rilla is crushing it. I think everyone should check out Rilla. That is again AI product.
Real is
And
great.
Rilla is great. I love Sebastian. And the second is Elite Call. They are outbound call agents. They are crushing it with 5% booking rate. If you have a database that you have not used it, uh, Elite Call is crushing it with 5% booking rate. And third is Grow Reviews. That's our new product, second company where you can instantly get text and video reviews when your technician is out. And the big announcement is coming soon in a few months. We are integrating with Service Titan and House Call
Thanks.
Pro. That's gonna be game changer. And again, thanks to all sponsors and all the audience, those who love us. And again, thank you, Brad, for
Yeah.
coming on our show. And I would love to interview the owner, like Ahmed, whenever he's available as well. We can do
Yeah, Ahmad, one of my partners. He'd be
your
great to have a
your
conversation with.
your partner. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think we'll plan something next month or so. But again,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing what you do and how AI is helping home service industry. And AI is not taking CSR
Yeah.
jobs. It's gonna be here. Nothing is like replacing. It's just making more efficient and bringing more dollars on the table. And that's what like we all are looking for, right?
Exactly. Yes. For any home service business owners watching or listening, don't be afraid of AI. It's not going anywhere. Embrace it. And there are a lot of benefits and a lot of great companies as well. You mentioned Rilla. There's a lot of other ones doing really cool things with AI. So awesome.
All right, thank you so much. And yeah, and we would like to have like another conversation. We'll get on webinars, and
Yes.
I'm all interested. Thank you again, and you have a wonderful weekend, Brad.
You as well. Thanks, Mandeep.